Hi, this is Mark Henry, author of Dancing with Energy, Healing, Magic, and Mysticism. Just want to wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, uh, whatever you tend to adhere to during the holiday season. We're about to embark on 2017, about one more week. So I hope that you have a wonderful year with many blessings and pleasant surprises. All right, just want to talk today about a particular topic that was actually brought to my attention. Sometimes I get requests in my Facebook page. Sometimes people wanting to know or claim that they're being affected by unseen spirits. Also, I got a message not too long ago about somebody was wanting to know about sex and the paranormal, which is kind of a very broad topic. So I wanted to go ahead and just talk about one small aspect of it, and that is spirit sex. Now you might be going, whoa, spirit sex, is that even a thing? Well, what I'm not talking about, because I want to clarify that, I'm not talking about the incubus and succubus. So as you all may know, the incubus is a male demon that seduces females in their bed at night, and the corresponding entity is the succubus, which is the female demon that seduces the male at night. So I'm not talking about any type of forced rape relationship or any type of thing like that. I've noticed that there are only a few movies, at least in American cinema, where there is this raping going on. One I remember, The Haunting, which was an 80s movie, which I kind of actually liked. It was a made-for-television movie that was actually one of the Ed and Lorraine Warren cases. Another one is The Entity, which was pretty good. Barbara Hershey played in that. But in any case, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm actually talking about the consensual sexual relationship between a magician or spiritualist and an entity. And there is actually probably a handful of books that I know of that talk about it. There are not many. It's usually not something that's focused upon. In the New Age and occult world, it's not as fashionable as, let's say, spell casting or other things. But I just thought it would be an interesting thing to talk about. So when we're talking about sex itself, I don't even know if it's the right term. Because usually when we define sex, since we are all human beings, we define it as two human beings with bodies, physical bodies, that are having a sexual experience. But when we're talking about spirit sex, we're dealing with only one physical being, and we have another being which is ethereal, spirit. So it's kind of like depends on how you talk about it. Now, one thing that is important to remember is that most spiritual philosophies, religions, don't consider sex to be just physical. They consider it kind of also a spiritual relationship. It's considered having an emotional component and even an energetic component. So I guess that's the aspects that make it more of an intimate experience. So we know that entities, we're talking about the energetic element. We know that when people report haunted houses, they typically report cold spots, which is the kind of the sucking out of the, I think, of the kinetic energy of the house to create this vacuum where there's cold rather than warm. Temperature goes down, and you can detect that with those non-local thermometers. But in any case, so we know that the energy of the spirit can affect us, our skin, we sense it, and I believe that it can also affect us energetically more with our aura, chakras, and all the other energy systems that we have. So we know that it can affect us physically in a certain sense. Now, when we're talking about, I guess, the occult literature, and we're talking about magicians and spiritualists who are engaging in these relationships with spirits, is that they're actually trying to, I guess, develop this relationship and allowing the spirit to affect them energetically. So if we know that the spirits can affect our chakras, and our chakras are connected to our organs and physical bodies, that's just part of basic, Hindu philosophy and theosophy and a lot of the other philosophies that govern kind of the New Age type of chakra theory. Is that so? It would make sense that the spirits could affect us physically by affecting us, our chakras, affecting our aura, and by it having a physical component, us having a physical reaction. I don't think that you can just easily discount some of these experiences. Like some people, skeptics believe that it's just complete nonsense. That's actually just kind of a fantasy that has erupted from their unconscious mind and making them believe that they are actually being seduced by a spirit. I don't think it can so easily be discounted in that way. If you do believe in spirits, it seems like it's at least plausible that this could happen. Also, if a spirit could affect you on these levels, if energetic levels, it would make sense that it would be more of a deeper, intimate type of sex than just physical. The physical, the body parts and the organs are just one component. But when you are having sex with a human being, you are actually connecting with them on an energetic level too. So with spirits, you're connecting with them purely energetically, and they are able to affect you physically, emotionally, and spiritually through your energetic systems, which I think is, wow, I think it's kind of it's a wow type of thing. Now, I'm not going to talk about the procedures on actually how to do it. I had considered kind of may have mentioned this before, kind of an advanced type of technique. But like I said, if you really were to look for these books, you could find it and try your hand at it. I do think that there are some words of warning or precautions that one should take if you decide to go down this path. Well, one is that don't just seek out a spirit for this like a one-night stand type of thing. What you're going to want to do is you actually want to, if you're going to engage in this like a dating relationship, you're going to have to meet somebody or something, spirit. You're going to have to make sure that you get a good feel from them, just like if there were a real life partner. You know, people have bad vibes and good vibes, and so do entities. Maybe get to know the entity over a period of time, just like you would a physical human being. And then down the road, if that's something you really want to do, then proceed. Another thing to remember is that if after your experience, if you, for the last, let's say after a week, you start to feel out of sorts, if you start to feel kind of strange or bad luck, whatever you consider to be negative, then there's always a chance that you made a bad choice with your partner. Some entities actually will seek out people to have this type of experience because, well, one, I'm pretty certain that they are getting something out of it too. They're getting probably a little bit of your energy. It is reported that after these experiences, these sexual experiences with spirits, that there's a loss of energy from the physical person, almost like they really did have an orgasm. So where's the energy going? Well, I think it's going to the spirit. Now, if you have a positive, maybe loving relationship with this entity, and they're there for your well-being and your good, then great. Then you can kind of feel good about it. If you're not sure if this is like a shady, sketchy character, this entity, just like there's sketchy, shady people, uh, then this might actually be a thing, and you might actually be that entity may be have attached to your aura without your, um, I guess, consent and be extracting energy from you, and then you'd have to go and try to get it extracted. Go through your guides and whatever procedure that you take. That's why it's it's kind of an advanced technique because it's would be good to first have a knowledge of interacting with spirits in order to do this. Also, keep this in perspective. Don't use this as an excuse not to involve in physical, intimate relationships with human beings. That is one of the dangers and one of the things that keeps coming up in these books. And that is, people can become obsessed if they're not balanced mentally. If they're using this as an escape from having to deal with human beings, using it as a reason not to have an intimate experience with people, this is not a fair substitute. And I think you're asking for trouble if you do that. In any event, thank you for watching. It's good to be here. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.